think of that story? Did you like it, Mrs. Wepler?
Well, no, I wasn't happy that the poor little pigeon didn't get to drive the bus.
What? The pigeon can't drive the bus? Look at the pigeon.
Why not?
Well, look, for a start, the pigeon, he's got wings. He hasn't got hands. He can't even hold the steering wheel.
But that's discrimination. He can just use his little wings to flap round the steering wheel.
No, he can't do that. That would be so dangerous.
Why?
And look, do you know what? Look at the size of his legs. How's he going to reach the pedals to actually power the bus? Look at the size, they're far too short.
He's like me. I've got short legs. I just bring the seat forward and all I've got to do is reach the pedal if I bring the seat forward.
Oh, look.
That's discrimination against people with short legs.
I just don't know, Mrs. Wepler. I mean, if a passenger gets on the bus and they want to go somewhere or they've got a question about the stop they need to get off at, they're going to ask this bus driver, who's a pigeon. They don't speak like we speak. They speak pigeon language. I did not learn pigeon language at school.
But you're not allowed to talk to the bus driver anyway, and they're probably just going to ask a yes-no question, so the pigeon can just go...
Oh, I don't know. I've got my opinion, and you've got your opinion.
I do.
We've just got to get this right and get some done, Mrs. Wepler.
I've got my opinion.
Oh, it's filming. Quick, come on, Mrs. Wepler, go on. Now, our piece of writing is going to be a persuasive piece of writing. And the 3 topics that you can choose from, I'll read those to you. The pigeon should not drive the bus. The pigeon should be allowed to drive the bus. And the last one says, I should be allowed to drive the bus. And when I say I, that means me if I'm doing the piece of writing, or it's you if you're doing the piece of writing, whether you should be allowed to drive the bus. Now, once we've picked our topic, we need to brainstorm our ideas. And the topic that I'm going to choose today is the first one, the pigeon should not drive the bus. I had a really good discussion with Mrs. Wepler about whether the pigeon should drive the bus or not. So I feel like I've got lots of ideas which I could use in my writing. Might be a good idea for you to have a discussion with somebody at home about whether you think the pigeon should drive the bus or not, or whether you should, so you've got some ideas that you can write about. Okay, so now we're at the brainstorming part of the process, and right in the centre of the page I've just put down what my opinion is, just to remind myself while I'm doing my brainstorm. So the pigeon should not drive the bus. So I'm always going to pull my ideas back to this statement, which is in the middle of the page. And the first thing which came to me, it was that the pigeon has got wings, not hands. And I really need to make sure I put why that's a problem. And there's a problem because if a pigeon's got wings and not hands, they can't actually hold the steering wheel in order to steer the bus. So we're going to put here, can't hold steering wheel. That's my first reason that supports my opinion that the pigeon should not drive the bus. My second reason is that the pigeon has got short legs, and I'm just going to write the word pedals, and that's the reason why it's a problem having short legs, because you can't reach the pedals. So I'm just going to write the word pedals because this is just a brainstorm of my ideas. Okay, so that's my second idea to support this statement, the pigeon should not drive the bus. Okay, I've got a third idea as to why the pigeon should not drive the bus. And that's the pigeon doesn't speak English. I'm also going to state here why that's a problem, and he doesn't speak English, and that is a problem because he won't be able to communicate with the passengers. So he can't speak to the passengers. So I've got my first idea, my second idea, my third idea, and I've got a couple of more which I'm going to include in my brainstorm, and then I'm actually going to choose the best ones. So we have another idea here, and it's that the pigeon, he doesn't know the area, so he won't actually be able to drive the passengers to the destinations they need to go. So doesn't area, can't find way for passengers. And my final reason, which is going to support this statement that the pigeon should not drive the bus, is that pigeons can't handle money. They won't know what to do with the money. So down the bottom here, I'm just going to write money, can't count. So these are now my 5 reasons to support the statement, the pigeon should not drive the bus.